So a couple of close affairs last year between the teams. The Roosters 18-14 in round 24, and then round 14 Melbourne 26-18. You sense tonight's going to be another close affair also. Cameron Munster, Jerome Hughes combining. They win 78% of the time as a combination. 66 wins from 85 games. So we're ready to roll. It's big time footy. Grab the spare stash of Easter eggs, because we all know you've got one, and settle in for the footy here on Thursday night. Live and free on 9. Roosters Storm, renowned for their sustained excellence over such a long time. Here's Jackson Polor. 5 tries in his last 3 games. Oh, he's dropped the ball in the conditions, and there is an insight into Melbourne's attitude here. They've come from right across the field, back slaps and encouragement, and a great chance to attack.
And you just spoke about the conditions, Tomo. Very greasy in Melbourne tonight. You can see the rain falling on the screens there. And the mindset changes slightly when you're playing in these conditions. It's all about field position. Anytime you get the opportunity to get the ball up the other end, you take it.
Centre field scrum just outside the 20. Hughes feeds, and they come to the left-hand side, and Munster evades Nat Butcher's attempt to tackle Sam Walker and Brandon Smith. They bring Munster to ground. Here's Kamakanitha. Running towards the Billy Slater stand end of Amy Park. Grant working with Munster, then Hughes around the back. And he went short to Katoa. Tackle affected by Egan Butcher. Now Grant to Welsh. No opening for the Melbourne Storm skipper. A metre short. 4th tackle here. Ball to Hughes, then to Munster. Here's Meaney. And he almost ran into Justin Olam before he was tackled by Walker. Here's the last. And Grant with a deft kick. Maria Hargreaves gets back there to alleviate any danger, as Hughes was bearing down on him, but there'll be 6 more tackles coming.
It is such an advantage to have a dummy half who can kick out a dummy half. Puts all their players are onside. No one's really offside. If they can find the space there, put it in goal. Especially with the fullback these days defending in the line.
Now, this will be interesting. They are going to go short. The kick's gone right on 10. It's bounced over heads and hands and gone into touch.
It's into touch off the dropout.
Cameron, I might just bring you in.
Roosters feed.
Roosters feed.
Yeah, it beat everyone and bounced out.
Playing in the wet.
On the 20.
How would your mindset change?
Yeah, I just think that I'd be thinking field position, Joey. I'll be trying to get the ball up the opposition end as often as I can. Be willing to kick early as well. If you get through 3 or 4 tackles and there's opportunities to kick to space, get rid of the ball. Put pressure on the opposition.
Here's Daniel Tupou for the Roosters. Let's go sideline to the man who has scored more tries at Amy Park than anyone else. 44 of them. Billy Slater, good evening.
Good evening, Tomo. Good evening, boys. A little bit wet down here in Melbourne. Weatherman says there's a slight breeze behind the Roosters, but it's pretty neutral at the moment. Wouldn't be the first time the weatherman got it wrong down here. So, yeah, holding the ball is a premium here tonight.
Brolly, Billy. I'm sure someone will lend you one if you didn't. Here's Victor Radley after his 100th game last week. Tackled by Liero. Now for Walker. And pressure at the back here. Now, Meaney didn't want to play at that. I think the conditions might have played a factor, and it's touched back here by Hutchison. Walker throws it on the boot, and it goes over the touchline on the full.
A little bit standoffish there.
Yeah.
The back 3 of the Melbourne Storm. Of course, some issues when the ball hits the ground, but they get away with it that time.
Wait, play there. Let's go.
So Melbourne have won 5 of their last 6 against the Roosters. And Olam barrels his way up to the 30. And ball across to Christian Welsh now. Interestingly, though, down in Melbourne at Amy Park, this is the 11th clash between these clubs. The ledge is 6-4 in favour of the Storm. Now, that they've dominated many clubs on their home patch over the years, so there's no shame in that record. 6-4 Melbourne over the Roosters over the course of the journey. Penalty here. And more field position coming for the Storm. Pass to Meany at first receiver. Now Kamitha. There's Luke Keary. He's got the headgear on again. He's co-captain tonight, along with Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. And now Josh King, who's recommitted with Melbourne until the end of 2025 in the last week or so. Hughes for Munster. And the pass goes to Liero. On the 20, Waerea-Hargreaves, the tackler. And they go back to Welsh, who works in with Hughes. And he sends the pass out to Katoa, the former Warrior back rower. So nothing too flash through the first bit of this set. Hughes, well taken by Meany in the conditions, and it goes out to Olam, who's wrapped up. Walker and Hutchison together. Last tackle coming here. Now is Harry Grant going to kick? He's going to dummy. He goes back to Welsh and he wraps around the back, and it goes to Hughes. He's isolated Tupou. Up they fly. It's knocked back by Tupou, and well done by Keary.
Well, that's the area of your game. You're going to have to be perfect. The attacking, kicking. Both these teams really good structurally defensively. And in these conditions, really tough to break them down. Sualihi, big charge. So you've got to get your tries off your attacking kicks. It's going to be a challenge to get some points through the hands tonight.
So here's Manu, who himself has won his last 9 straight NRL games. Incredible talent. 8 of those at fullback and 1 at 5'8". He's got the one on his back, of course, this evening. Now, Walker clears. And here's Xavier Coates. 13 tries in 11 games at Amy Park, and he nearly went straight through them.
Where's the cannon? It's fired out of a cannon, and he's charging.
Now this guy, he is a real athlete. Will Warbrick scored in each of his last 2 games. He was immense last week with some powerful running and some confidence about the Storm as they shift out left, and Meany nearly beat Hutchison. It was knocked down by Walker, and the tackle counts restarted. Meany picks it up, and there's Jerome Hughes. Ducked under Nat Butcher's stray arm. Gee, they've had all the ball and they've had all the field position. As we creep past 7 minutes. Munster to King. Played it quickly. Grant goes to Welsh this time. Oh, solid tackle. Radley up top. And Waerea-Hargreaves too. He's clever, Grant, isn't he? He keeps the defence guessing. Kamitha gets up to the 10. Third play, Melbourne applying the blowtorch once more. The ball to King now, and he's charging towards Sam Walker. But Nat Butcher's his chaperone on that side of the ground. Here's Olam, he dropped it. He fired that pass straight at him there, Harry Grant, but Olam couldn't catch it.
I reckon all week Justin Olam would be saying to his teammates, you get me a one-on-one with Sam Walker and I'm going over the top of him. The little halfback stands his ground with help from Drew Hutchison. In these conditions, that's a tough ball to catch.
Yeah, just seen Drew Hutchison as well. He come in to help Sam Walker on that play. Maybe look for Harry Grant if he's in that position again, close to the line. Look for that player sweeping out the back to create an extra man. But it's been all the Storm so far. The Roosters have struggled to get out of their own end at the moment.
Haven't been out of their own end. Haven't been in the other half of the field.
Leave him, Victor. Shot clock off.
Sam Walker feeding the scrum. Great performance in attack last week in his 50th game. Try assist, a line break, 3 line break assists. Still 20 years old, Sam Walker.
What a future.
Brandon Smith. And now Waerea-Hargreaves. Oh, you sense they needed that.
Yeah, that's a relieving penalty for the Roosters. It'll get them down in some good territory. They've spent most of this opening 10 minutes in their own half, but 2 very different styles of football. You watch the Melbourne Storm, they haven't gone away from their shift style of football, side to side, moving the Roosters' defence around in these wet conditions.
Lindsay Collins. Stop there in the tackle of Liero. Back to the middle, and Harry Grant aims up on Maria Hargreaves. Katoa and Kamakamitha to help. Played that really fast, didn't he? Walker spears it out to Swali'i. Well, I mentioned Remus Smith's winning record. He's in a battle against the young gun tonight out there. Great defensive centre, Remus Smith. He'll earn his keep this evening. Oh, good shot. Good shot. Welsh on Collins, their Queensland compatriots. Oh, the tackle count's been re-triggered here. And it goes to Butcher. And he's 10 metres out. The Roosters with their first shot. Walker now. Keary. And he throws a pass over the top to Tupou. And look at the Melbourne jumpers. They come rushing. Hughes the first one. Warbrick and Meaney there to help. Swali'i the acting half. And Maria Hargreaves off Walker. Runs back towards the post. 3 tackles gone. Smith looks right, runs left, dinks to the in goal, and it came off Katoa's legs. So Harry Grant didn't need to take a risk there. He taps it out.
Oh, another dummy half kick, as Joey spoke about. Huge advantage to have a 9 that can kick the ball from dummy half. This time it's Brandon Smith. Katoa, he stuck the left boot out. Down to you, Billy.
Yeah, in these conditions, it's really hard to go around teams, and with both fullbacks in the line, that early kick might be the option, but a little bit earlier in the tackle count if they're willing to risk it.
It's interesting too, not just a clash for Brandon Smith against his old club, but one of the driving factors was he wanted a permanent role in the number 9 as Munster goes short. Oh, he's nailed that for distance, and oh, they did everything right. It just bounced off Warbrick and goes back to the Roosters. Yes, he want to showcase everything he's got in terms of the skill set against his old club. Smith v Grant, interesting little battle. So Maria Hargreaves now. They've had 2 short dropouts. They've both been perfect. Oh, how about that? Manu, he just snatched it away from Jerome Hughes.
So we got an intercept and then he pickpocketed.
Here's Lindsay Collins. Powers towards the line, 5 metres out. Here's Brandon Smith. Ball goes to Walker. There's his trademark pass, and here's another try for Jackson Polor. 6 tries in his last 4 games.
And they set it up beautifully, the Roosters. Before that last dropout, they tried the same play on the left-hand side, and the pass was just behind Tupou, but this time around, as we just see that replay where Jerome Hughes come out for the little pickpocket, but nice play here. Brandon Smith out the back, and Walker, what a lovely lob pass over the top to Jackson Bolo. Great play. It was the lead up though, Joey. The lead up play where they dug in, they made the left-hand side of the Melbourne Storm come up and had to retreat back, and in that space of time, they struggled to get up on the second play.
Yeah, Cameron Munster sometimes, watch Cameron Munster left the screen here, watch him come flying in. And it's like a domino effect, puts pressure on Olam. And then Sam Walker, that's his favourite. Harvey Norman replay, the vision of Sam Walker, but it was the decoy and the pass from Brandon Smith. It was a beauty. Billy?
Yeah, it's a real field play Sammy Walker's got in his game here. He can't actually see Justin Olam, but he can feel him coming, and he knows the bloke on the outside, his winger, is going to follow him in. So the play is his winger, the long pass. It's a real field play for Sammy Walker, and he does it as good as anyone. Just watch his eyes here. He's looking in, and he passes in the one motion. That's a feel rather than a reaction of what you see.
I think he felt Olam hit him after he passed it. I would have been in reverse. Sammy Walker, you see halfbacks who come into the game, especially the last 5-10 years, and they're obsessed with short passing and block plays. Sam Walker's a throwback to the 90s. He likes to throw long passes, and he backs himself. If he sees something, he's all in. I just love watching him play.
Yeah, it's great to see these young players play on instinct rather than just being programmed into certain set plays that they've practiced all week. If they feel there's an opportunity or if they see something, they back themselves, and Walker did that then.
Well, he would have felt Olam coming. I don't know if everyone at home saw it. After he passed, Olam absolutely fed him. Oh, he's brave.
Oh, it's a great kick. In the conditions, that's a super kick.
Stay behind.
Jackson Polor, his third try in his third game against Melbourne. He's having a wonderful year. That is a testing kick. He's in trouble. If they can hold him up, they'll drive him here. They might put him in the Yarra.
Well, that's
no.
Tomo, that's Cameron Munster, and he tossed up 3 or 4 of those last week against the Rabbitohs. He tosses up these floating, spiralling kickoffs.
It's quite the answer back from the Roosters. They didn't get down the other end of the field for the first 8 and a bit minutes. Smith for Collins, Katoa running out, putting a shot on. Kamitha down there to help as well on the 30-metre line. One-handed pick up there by Brandon Smith and Manu. Look at this. A Kiwi test combination. Manu's up within 4 metres of the halfway. And a kick by Keary is taken on the fly by Nick Meaney and away to Will Warbrick. Speaking of New Zealand, during the World Cup, Manu had a game where he ran for over 400 metres, didn't he?
Really?
Yeah. It was the most ever recorded.
He's in everything. Plays fullback. When he's playing fullback, he plays fullback. He gets up the first receiver. He can play like a halfback. He plays like a running forward. Not a bad backup fullback.
Testing conditions. Melbourne's big man carry them out to within 9 of the halfway. Munster. First time he and Hughes have paired up since round 1 this year. Of course, Cam broke the finger, and we saw a glimpse of Jonah Pezzett over the last fortnight, and there's a good window to the future for Melbourne. Yes, Billy?
Just thought I'd let you know the rain's picked up a little bit. Hope you warm up there.
You're good. Knock on. Just borrow Danica's rain jacket, mate. She'll toughen up.
Mate, you've got a whole grandstand down there, Billy.
Go in the middle, shot clock's going.
So another drop ball. You've got to be so careful, don't you, in the struggle to get up. Do you reckon they asked Billy to check his ticket as he walks into his own grandstand?
I'm glad he's allowed in here. Just another place on.
Oh, Olam, he wrong-footed Drew Hutchison. Oh, Munster! He saw a little opportunity down the short side there. That's what you get with him. That's why we love him. Now Harry Grant, now Tuikama Kamitha. Melbourne with an opportunity to respond with their own try here. Grant sending it right. And King on the wraparound. Grant to Hughes. To Remus Smith. He beats Wali'i. Keary did well, and Radley got over to help. Here's Harry Grant. Here's Christian Welsh. One-handed offload. That was well done. Grant went around the back. And now Liero and quick hands on. And Xavier Coates, yes! That's a lovely bit of play by Melbourne. Great passing. It's wet weather, but you wouldn't know it.
Well, that's as good a footy as you'll see. Sideline to sideline, expansive rugby league. And the Melbourne Storm, as Billy mentioned, the rain's coming down harder. Harvey Norman replay. They haven't shied away from using the football, and that was the play there. Christian Welsh. Walker flew up out of the line, so he dummied and dug in to the defensive line, which then shortened up their right-hand edge. And they were able to get the ball out to Xavier Coates, who ends up putting a left foot step on that cover defence, and they couldn't pull up in the slippery conditions. Great reply by the Storm.
Attack doesn't get any better than that. So they were in formation or in shape on their left-hand side, and you could see the formation they were in, but the offload came from Welsh, and then the ball went wide off the offload, but they stayed in that formation and shape, so they went from unstructured play to structured play. incredibly hard to defend. That was great attack. Billy?
There's a lot of interchange of passing on the inside, but the play was on the outside on Drew Hutchison. Just watch Olam, and we spoke about this play earlier on where Hutchison stayed square and faced Olam and made the tackle, whereas Jackson Polo, he didn't trust his centre to get out and make this play. That was the play, the one on Drew Hutchison. Olam on the inside, Meaney out the back. Jackson Polo didn't trust his man, and they got the pass away. Great footwork by Coach to get over the line.
So Meaney, he's kicked well so far this year. This is a good strike. It just curved at last minute and over it goes. 6 each. That's his 14th try at Amy Park, Xavier Coates. What a talent. Oh, that nearly slid over the back, doesn't matter. How about that?
Well, there's
So
a
he's
penalty,
blind.
an offside
He's offside.
position. Yeah,
That's a
Jerome
penalty.
Hughes
He
goes up
deliberately tapped
and
the ball forward. That's a
intentionally
penalty.
taps the ball forward.
Just
yeah.
so it's a deliberate tap forward. It's not offside in goal, of course.
No, it's a deliberate tap forward. That's what that is. Yeah.
See, look at this slide.
You can't
Just
deliberately
skimmed
tap
off
the
the
ball forward.
grass.
That's just always a penalty. It's a deliberate knock on. Yeah, but yeah, it's just a deliberate knock on.
Yeah, his foot was already out.
No, that's a ruling. It's too late. Time's up, guys.
Well, Cam Munster was actually arguing that Jerome Hughes' foot was already out before he touched the ball, so should that be a dropout?
They have a future in the legal game, Munster. Maybe not.
No, don't think so.
That there could be a big play. Because there's going to be nothing in this game. We might look back on these 2 points. It's very important.
Cameron Munster, KC. I don't think so. Walker. He was.
No, that is. Ten on the break. Let's stay behind. Stay behind.
Cameron Munster, Esquire resumes. And here goes Victor Radley now. Well, actually, he's got a case, Cam Munster, because the foot actually was on the dead ball line, so it should have been a dropout, but that's all in the past. Easter weekend, which means there's no excuse not to get up early and watch the Masters, which starts 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can see it on 9gem and 9 now. Wonderful coverage of one of the great sporting events. Carey away to Swali. That's a good tackle, Warbrick.
Jerome Hughes came out of that challenge, the previous tackle, holding his jaw.
Now a wobbler by Walker.
You get Billy to keep an eye on that one.
Meaney with the catch, and just trying to pick up Jerome here. Well, he's back behind the ball. Well, there's a bit of blood on his mouth, yeah. Now Olam. Now Liero. Tackled by Hutchison. He's marking up on Olam tonight. Munster. Could be aforementioned Justin Olam, and he's busted through. It took Maria Hargreaves to get over there and use his strength to drag him down. This is boiling up beautifully, this game, isn't it? Harry Grant across the line. Oh, it came off Swali's hand. There was actually a 2-on-1 out there.
We're doing the scrum. Shot clock on.
Still plenty of ball movement. considering the conditions.
So clock's on. Let's go, guys.
It's a real opportunity there. Surely he didn't get his hand. There was an overlap.
He's played every minute of the season so far, Harry Grant.
Come in, Joey.
4 try assists
Hey, bind in.
in
Let's go, guys. Let's bind.
the opening 5 rounds, and there's Swali'i.
Break.
Scored a try in each of the last 2 games between these clubs. We'll have designs on at least one tonight. Katoa. Collins and Radley wrap him up. High quality stuff from both teams so far. King, the former Newcastle forward, 12 metres out, centre field. Grant plays left, Munster's waiting for it. Now Meany off an inside ball. He's trying to get at some of these bigger men. He gave it to Kamakamitha, who can backhand it nicely. Now Hughes, this is the unstructured stuff Andrew talks about. And Liero with a dummy, and he had his legs taken away by Lindsay Collins. There's tackle 4. So, 6 again! Big call. They defended stoutly there, the Roosters, but they've got more work to do. Harry Grant. And King taken in the tackle of Manu and Nat Butcher. Munster flat-footed, he just goes away to Wallam, and that's well done by Walker, who came up quickly. So that's 3 tackles down. Munster to Harry Grant, and Hughes, short pass, goes to Katoa.
Great tackle, Keary.
Is there a big trick shot coming? Grant across the line again. Here's Munster. He kicks towards the in goal. Manu, brilliant, brilliantly done. He slides across the turf and reels it in and gets a penalty.
That's a
huge play.
Huge play, Tomo, by Manu, sliding across the field. I actually thought Cam Munster was going to pass this football, but he chose to put it on the boot, as we see here. Left foot dink in behind. Look at Manu flying across the line, top speed. That is a big play. And now they're out to the 35-metre line.
Diving. Chance of hitting knees. Big play.
Collins. It's a great start to the year. Origin test player now. And now JWH, who's played the most games of any player out there tonight. Around 280 or so, and forward pass. Which one?
Just stand up. Just stand
It
up.
looked flat. But because he fades off the pass here, Victor Radley.
Where do you
When
want
I
it?
mean fading off the pass, when he passes, he's moving not only towards the sideline, he's moving back towards his try line. He gets the ball, and out of the hands, I think it's flat. But because his chest is facing the sideline, it makes it look like it's forward. But that's
the line's a reference point.
Yeah, that's right. You use the 40-metre line, the red line across the field, as a reference. That's flat.
You can't fade off the pass. It just
It's
when
an
he
illusion.
passes.
Let's go. Just wait. Try to lock off just behind your lock forward.
Trent Robinson up against Craig Bellamy. Remarkable numbers around those 2 coaches. Telstra has some of the... Oh, hang on. Hold the phone, Telstra. Here's Munster. Munster up to within 15 of the Roosters line. They were slow there off the tackled player. Grant goes away. And Hughes to Meany. Oh, that's a nice ball. Out to Remus Smith, who's got one arm free. Keary again. Nice pass by Grant. Finds Hughes. Here's King. Gee, they'll do... Oh, 6 more. They can't hold him out here. This has been an avalanche of possession. You can see on the left of screen out on this left-hand side, there's Melbourne players everywhere. Hughes and Munster and coaches. Oh! Polo with a magnificent bit of defence.
Cameron Munster's on the ground.
I got a penalty for offside at the
It was
moment.
a 3-on-1. somehow they've scrambled. I think Cameron Munster gets clipped after he passes the ball.
It's a penalty for Drew offside to start
This is something Cameron spoke
Short time
about.
off here.
Drew Hutchison, in the back of his mind, he's thinking he's got to look after his number 7 on screen there. Watch the way he actually comes into the challenge. Victor Radley actually hits Munster after he passes. Drew Hutchison comes in on the decoy. Swallow does really well there. I think Victor might be in trouble here. This will be a bid.
There's not a lot in it, but it's a very minor bump with the shoulder, which they may deem as a shoulder charge, but there's very little in it. Oh, there's not a lot in it, but it's late.
Yeah, you can't do that. And then that was late. You see Munster passes, he relaxes.
All right, so there's no need to talk here, all right? But Victor's made contact considerably late, okay? There's no attempted tackle. You're in the bin for 10.
Billy.
Yeah, the crowd thought that one was late too. He's lucky it was just 10 minutes in the bin. That was really late, and there was no attempt to tackle, as Ashley Klein said. So they'll be down to 12 men, the Roosters, for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Still raining down here, boys.
Yeah, noticed that. We'll keep an eye on the radar and let you know if it changes. He's obviously an aggressive player, Andrew, but that's a silly play, isn't it?
It's just silly.
Oh, it's silly, and it's lazy. It's a lazy play. What he should have been doing was getting back in his defensive line for the next tackle.
Well, look, they've denied the Storm repeatedly with mountains of ball down here, but the task has just got immeasurably harder as Kamikamica plays it on the 10-metre line. And on the ground now is Alec McDonald.
I like this young fella. Yeah, he's a good player.
Grant to Kamikamica. Oh, he looked up, he tried to find Keary. Where is he? There he is. But he's made some big tackles tonight, Luke Keary. Munster off the left foot, beat Fletcher Baker momentarily. And Terrell Mays on the ground too. Matt Butcher, the other tackler. Grant, and now for Olam. He's got Hutchison ahead of him. This is stoic by the Roosters. Munster chips it up. Swali'i. Oh, well taken. Nick Meaney got up above Swali'i and scored the try. He's out-leapt the leaper.
Well, that's what a great kicking game can do. Didn't really go anywhere with the set, but you can rescue a poor set with a great kick on the end of it. And he just landed it right on the spot. Harvey Norman replay. Munster will look up, 2 or 3 options. He picks the right one, just lands it right on the spot. It's a challenge. Mooney gets over Suali'i. Harvey Norman replay, what a beautiful kick.
Yeah, it was a great kick by Munster. They just isolated Suali'i. Of course, the Roosters, they're down a man, so there's plenty of space around there. I thought Harry Grant had gone the wrong way, the tackle before. There was plenty of room on the right-hand side for the Storm. But the number 6, Cam Munster, he's come up with a beauty there. Billy?
Yeah, just on Nick Meaney. That's his 5th try in 6 appearances this year. He's been a real performer for the Melbourne Storm in the year and a half he's been down here in Victoria. But no Pappenhausen at the moment through injury. We're actually going to catch up with him at half-time. But this guy, Nick Meaney, he's done a tremendous job with the 1 on his back.
He's now the leading point scorer in the competition as well after that. He's gone past Jermaine Asako from the Dolphins.
I wonder what Trent Robinson will be thinking right now. Would be happy.
Come here, Victor.
Jackson.
Storm 12, Roosters 8. Thursday night footy. Here's a stat Trent Robinson want to block his ears for. That's his 7th sin, Victor Radley. And JWH has had 6. If it was a coffee card, they'd stamp it. You get a free coffee as you go up there.
Do they dock your pay for that?
costly one that for Radley, because his team, they've been most resilient. That was just a bridge too far. And Meany with a great leap. He had the running jump, but not too many people get above Joseph Swaliki. Katoa, athletic back rower. Keary's been strong defensively. Here's Hughes. Sends it skyward. And Manu, well taken. Back to our mates at Telstra, who have some of the best defence in the business, tackling millions of cyber threats every day.
Oof, that's a hit up.
Now Baker. And now Terrell May missed the last couple of games from an ankle.
I saw him in the trial. Actually, the Roosters played the Melbourne Storm in the trial. He was one of the best forwards on the field. He's impressive that game.
Oh, here's a chase coming from Jackson Polar. He's a different player since going to the Roosters. It's sensational to start the year. Now Olam. Now Meany. 3 tackles down. Melbourne just past their 20. It goes to Tom Eisenhuth.
Just watching Keary breaking the ball. You spoke about his defence. He's actually on the big man. He tackles the ball. Doesn't get his shoulder in and go for the ribs. He actually just stands tall and absorbs it. He tackles the ball. He's on that in Katoa a couple of times.
By McDonald and Eisenhuth and Munster as well. Look at this game, Cam. In the conditions, it makes it a real arm wrestle, and neither of these teams is giving anything.
Well, we felt that was the style of footy that was going to be played before kickoff, and with the conditions, I've actually been surprised at the way that the teams have been willing to throw the ball around, like we're seeing now from the Roosters.
Keary dummies, runs. Oh, he wanted to pop it around the corner, but Melbourne recovered out there. Walking out. Oh, this will take some catching in the wet. In fact, no one needs to catch it. It was a miss kick.
Well, he'd like that one again. Walker. They'd had a couple of good sets in attack, and they're going to turn the ball over deep inside the Melbourne Storm half, particularly with someone in the sin bin. It's in that last defensive effort, the Melbourne Storm had to kick from their own half on the last tackle. Still a couple of minutes remaining for Victor.
Release Fletcher!
Munster goes behind Olam to Meany. Meany into the clear, and Munster on the back up. He started it and he finishes it.
That's the edge they're going to go at all night. Nice play, nice lead up. Jerome Hughes and first receiver frees up Munster. Now watch Drew Hutchison. He'll be going in. Harvey Norman replay to protect Sam Walker, and Polo, the winger, he's backing off. You just cannot do that. You've got to be on the same page, those edge defenders. But no doubt, in Drew Hutchison's mind, he's like, I've got to look after my halfback. Got to look after my halfback. This will show it perfect. He comes flying in on the decoy. And Paulo, he's going out. No one did it better than Billy Slater. What about that one, Bill?
Yeah, they've had a bit of success with that play, and they've gone back to the well. 13 men, they had a bit of success, so with 12 men it's going to be more magnified. Just Cameron Munster is pushing through the middle of the field. He lets go of the football and anticipates something's going to happen. He's there if he's needed, and he certainly was. Great play by Melbourne.
Well, that's Melbourne just thinking about their football. They played a short side play down there earlier with Harry Grant playing short to Justin Olam, and they seen Hutchison. He wants to come in. He wants to come in and protect Walker from a rampaging Olam. And ever since they've run that same play, that sweep runner, that block runner on him, they've played out the back and they've found space. Cam Munster having a little bit of fun with his former Storm teammate, Jake Turpin.
Expensive sin bin this month.
$18-8 in the shadows of half-time. It's a good lead, isn't it, given the conditions? You can see, much to Billy Slater's chagrin, it is absolutely throwing it down. Here goes Eisenhuth.
Stand now, you dropped. Mark straight, go. He can move.
Now the worker in the pack, Josh King. Lately arrow. Radley will come back just before half-time. Might get a tongue lashing at half-time by Trent Robertson as well. Here's Olam. So powerful. One-handed pick up Grant. And Munster. There's Turpin with the tackle. And Hughes. Oh, he got hit late too. No penalty. But look at that chase from Xavier Coates. Sprints down and closes Poldor down just out from his line now. Joey Manu. Well, this is pressure for the Roosters, because if they make a mistake here, Melbourne are absolutely breathing down their neck.
Oh, we see Victor there, bottom right of screen. He's waiting to come back on the field, but the Storm, they can smell blood in the water. With only 12 men on the other side of the field.
Good run that by Manu. It's relieved a lot of the pressure. And Turpin goes across to May. Walker's kick lands with the ever-reliable Nick Meaney. And Warbrick, who is extraordinarily gifted athlete. He's about, what, 6'3", 100 kilos? Now Remus Smith playing it. Still time before the break for more damage here, so the Roosters will need to be aware.
Bradley back on the field.
King goes one out. That takes Melbourne to tackle 4. Munster for Hughes. Egan Butcher there. Last tackle. Munster kicking high, and he's got Xavier Coates, who's negotiating a patch to the ball. It's gone back. Oh, did that one go back? No, it's a knock on.
Off the Roosters, and then it's knocked on by
it was a
Tom.
Rooster hand in the first instance here, so it's going to be a Melbourne feed. And with just under 2 minutes left in the half, the Roosters are going to need to defend fiercely, although they've decided to challenge the call.
Yeah, this looked like Xavier Coates went up for this kick. It looked like he got hands to the ball first. We'll get a better look at it here with a close-up replay.
Yep, kick chasers are all onside.
So we've got Coates on Paulo. Whose hands?
That's all Melbourne.
That's Xavier Coates. That's what we thought.
Backwards, and then this is Eisenhuth.
That's forwards.
He knocks it on.
The ball is back off
good
Nick
challenge.
Meaney and Xavier Coates initially, and is then knocked on by Tom Eisenhuth. The challenge is successful.
Well, look at the stats. Melbourne have had 59% of possession.
Yeah, it's about it.
And all the field position.
I'm about 12 metres in. So play the ball.
You go right.
We saw similar
He's over there,
stats
guys.
last Sunday
He's over here.
with the Warriors against the Sharks. I think the
Just let me
Sharks
get back, Victor. Just
at
wait,
half-time
just wait.
63% of possession. and we're up by 14. A little field position there to the Storm. Generally, that possession evens itself out, so Roosters fans, second half, they'll be coming back.
Radley for Nat Butcher. Eisenhuth and Liero there. 90 seconds till the break. Bradley, Keary, Manu. Manu for Swali'i. Good tackle, Smith. Good defence there. And over to May. So an attacking kick coming for the Roosters. Can they jack something before the break here? Walker's going to bang it high. Olam's trying to provide a bit of support there for Xavier Coates, but no one got close enough to put a leap on it. And the towering Queensland winger takes the catch 15 out from his line. Now Olam. And Meaney once again. So they've had their shaky moments, certainly over the first 6 weeks of the competition, but this is very much a typical Melbourne Storm-like performance here tonight. They do the grunt work well, and then the genius of Munster and Hughes on the back of that. Kick straight to Joey Manu, who looks up and sees a Melbourne Storm wall in front of him, although he nearly snuck past Liero. And that will probably complete the half. There's the siren. We've got a real game here. Melbourne are excellent in the first half, but as Andrew points out, it's only a 10-point gap and the possession can turn around. So it's 18-8, Melbourne over the Roosters after the first 40. Jerome Hughes gives it to Eisenhuth. And the second half off and running. And Grant now for Liero, who's been strong at left back row. Runs out to the 20-metre line, and Victor Radley, the tackler, has got a bit of work to get through here in the second half. Victor Radley, he's got to make up some ground. Melbourne scoring twice while he was in the bin. Oh, McDonald's dropped one. Here's the first window of opportunity. Terrell May plays it to Turpin. And now Fletcher Baker. Oh, that was a solid shot. It's Eisenhuth. Strong defence. Down inside the 20. Radley on for Walker. And he turns Egan Butcher back underneath. McDonald there. Katoa part of the tackle as well. On the 10-metre line. Can they rage out of the blocks here, the Roosters? Ball goes away to Hutchison. Olam and Munster, the two defenders.
I think the left side's more of a threat. Suali'i over that side.
Here's May. Takes them on through the middle. He had an arm available for an offload, but there was no one really there. And here's the last. They all race out to this left-hand side. Keary, Walker, Swali'i into space. Ball back on the inside. It's picked up off the deck, and Butcher gives it away. That's off a leg, and it's kept in.
Oh, look out.
They're going to lose all the ground. Munster's got the ball back. Oh,
that was an exciting play, but really smart. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Hughes is gone, is he? It's a penalty.
Oh, he played for Hughes.
West ground, Luke.
It was clever play there by Cam Munster. It was a bouncing ball. He was waiting for a Rooster to pick the ball up and then make the tackle, but
Just let's go,
there's no tricolour jerseys around, so he jumped on it. Great field position. You see there the bat in by Tupou.
Suali'i put a move on his opposition centre, on Remus actually. Shows his athleticism. They're going to hang on here, the Roosters.
Well, yes, didn't that turn sharply? The Roosters looked like they were destined to score, and the ball ends up going 30 metres backwards, and now Melbourne have it on the Roosters' 30-metre line. Harry Grant. Look at the difference in possession. 25 sets against 17. That is significant. Here's King. And this is Hughes and an inside pass to McDonald. There's a tackle. Great shot, Baker. Well, they've got to hold them out here. Hughes! Manu throws his body in the way. Harry Grant thought about kicking, and then he passes inside out. Munster sends it up in the air to scrap for the ball. Coates has got it. Coates gets another try.
That was lovely play, Cam Munster. Just watch how he gets the ball to boot here. It looked a little bit awkward, but the balance. Harvey Norman replay. Harry Grant, he wanted to kick first, but it was shut down. Let's watch Cam Munster. Nice little dink on the left-hand boot. Well, Liero went up for it, but he missed it all ends up.
I hope they're not going to take this off him. So Liero took out Sam Walker because he only had eyes for the ball. But the right edge for the Roosters looks very vulnerable. Sam Walker alongside Drew Hutchison with the young winger Jackson Paulo on the outside. That's where a lot of the points have come. The Roosters have got Corey Allen on the bench. I don't know if the coach will be looking to put Corey Allen out there on the right side somewhere. Corey Allen's played Origin footy. But at the moment, something needs to change on that right side for the Roosters.
That's 15 tries for Xavier Coates at Amy Park now.
Well, that was Jackson Paulo's ball. He had to come in from his wing and communicate and get up over the top of Sam Walker. Someone had to compete for the ball, and it was the winger's job.
Well, they'd all come off their try line some distance, Joey. So as the kick went up by Munster, they were actually running backwards to the football. You prefer your wingers and fullbacks going forward at the ball.
Meany misses left.
Stay behind.
Melbourne first score after half-time. It's an imposing gap now, 22-8. Here comes Eisenhuth. Cam, curious, after Craig Bellamy, he really sprayed his players after first the loss to Canterbury here at Amy Park, and then they were beaten by the Gold Coast in a point shootout. He said largely the effort isn't where it needs to be. This has been a really good response over the last fortnight, and tonight is as well as they've played all year.
Yeah, it's a great start for the Melbourne Storm. He was extremely upset with their effort, as you said it, on the Gold Coast against the Titans. He actually come out and said that it looks like a lot of his players didn't care, but particularly across the last fortnight, they've been back to their best, particularly with their defence, their scramble defence, their ball control. Again tonight, they're on.
There's no pressure there on Munster.
Well, they're still missing Pappenhausen and Nelson, big Nelson in the middle. And they're back to full strength. This is a serious team. Every year we write them off. Oh, the Ross, the Bromwich brothers, Kafusi. But they just keep aiming up. It is an amazing club. An amazing club.
That's the point I'm getting at. That they look well off the pace by comparison.
Well, they were awful.
With previous Melbourne
game
teams.
against the Titans, they were awful.
So they've turned it around really swiftly. Baker, offload. Oh, that might have been forward from Turpin to Manu, allowed to go. Keary for Egan Butcher now.
It's the side they have to keep jabbing away and to come to their left. Sualihi's the man. Get him one-on-one.
Can they score something off a kick, perhaps? Oh, he might have been inconvenienced there, Polo. No. Play on. And Xavier Coates, he's slid the best part of 8 metres there. Billy, we've got a erroneous hooter going off. What's the hooter for? Billy, the rain looks like it's got heavier, my friend.
Yeah, that's what the hooter was for. It's just announcing that the rain is coming down even heavier than the first half.
Okay.
Listen out for the hooter.
Well, if we get a tornado hooter, we'll let you leave. Here's the arrow now. Gee, it's raining so heavily, Cam. Not even the Seagulls are interested tonight. 40-20, great kick. Superb. Wow, he's got everything.
And watch the reaction, the body language of the Roosters here. It'll tell a tale. It's an area of his game he's built, Cameron, the kicking game for Harry.
Yeah, that's right. His biggest strength is his running game. There's not too many opportunities tonight, but there it is there, the space. Great angle for a right-footed kicker to kick from, and away they go, the Storm.
Wow, another great chance. The Roosters have got to push them away here. Another try, and it's warning bells. Eisenhuth. Turpin wrapping him up one-on-one within a couple of metres of the line. Harry Grant fires it away to Munster. Now Meany back on an angled run, and there's a little bit of space there for him, but it closed down with Radley coming in, and May as well. Metre short, played to Grant. Ball out now to Hughes, and he's got Katoa in open space. Manu with an unbelievable try-saving tackle.
What a tackle.
Oh, that is extraordinary defence. He was destined to score for sure. Now Meany, now Olam rolls it on the boot. Olam's been taken out, it won't matter. It's a hat-trick to Xavier Coates.
And there they go, the left edge of the Melbourne Storm again. They've just peppered this right-hand side of the Roosters all night. And they keep finding the inroads. Harvey Norman replay. Great view from behind. Through the hands, Justin Olam. We've actually seen from him over the seasons that little dink kick. All the defenders think he's going to run first. He takes on the line, finds a little bit of space, and he says, there you go, my wingman. There's another 4-pointer for you. Down to you, Bill.
Yeah, quite amazing how the Melbourne Storm are playing with the football in these conditions. They went to the left-hand side. Meany made a little line break, played the ball, went to the right-hand side. Ali Katoa all but scored. It was a tremendous tackle by Joey Manu. And then they go straight back out to that left-hand side as we see the put down by Xavier Coates. All the way out to Justin Olam, who puts it on the boot, playing with so much confidence in these conditions. Quite remarkable by the Storm.
And we go back to that 40-20 kick by Harry Grant. The Storm aren't in that position as we see the replay again.
Now, does he drop kick that ball? Does the ball hit the ground before the boot gets to the ball?
It looked like it on that replay, Joey.
Did Billy do one of those?
He did at Suncorp.
Different rules when you're at Suncorp.
He scored the try and got up, and Billy would remember this one. He shook his head and said, no try.
Can we get a close-up of the kick? Are they looking at it?
Well, no, the try confirmed it.
Well, there's no ball. Watch Olam here. Does he drop? Does the ball hit the ground before it? Well, we can't really see it. The side on angle.
Well, the try confirmed. Button went off. Oh.
Simultaneous, maybe.
Well, when they're in this sort of mood, they are nearly unstoppable. But that kick from Grant, wow.
So they need something here, the Roosters. If Nick Meany converts this goal, they go 20 points up. Does maybe Brandon Smith go on in the middle? You keep Turpin at 9 and put him in the middle and just try to cause a bit of havoc.
There just needs to be a change on that right side. I'd be putting Corey Allen out there at right centre.
Nowhere near them. 26-8.
Just wait, just wait.
So 2 tries after the break. We've got an HIA here. That's Nick Meaney coming off.
That might explain the goal kick.
Billy, what can you tell us?
Well, I saw Nick Meaney lying on the ground after he passed the ball to Justin Olam.
Oh.
And obviously a result of just hit off the ball there. He stayed on the ground for a number of seconds, motionless, and that determines whether he comes off the field or not. That's come from the independent doctor.
Tarek Sim's going to play fullback, is he?
Yeah, I don't think so.
He'd be strong on kick returns. Don't know how he'd go under the high ball.
Stand now! Hold here, hold.
I don't know whether we've just seen a very super slow-mo of that one. I don't know, is that a late tackle? Is that another one that the Roosters are going to be worried about?
Yeah, that may come under a fair bit of scrutiny, I reckon, Tomo. MRC. Just trying to work out who is going to be playing fullback here. Looks like Bronson Garlick's come onto the field. Maybe Munster?
Yeah, Munster's
I think
behind
Munster's playing one.
He's playing fullback by the look of it. He's around the ruck, supporting.
That's a fair replacement as well.
Great story, Bronson Garlick, in his maiden NRL campaign at the age of 27. Polo with the catch, and there's Garlick down there. But before tonight, he'd made 88 tackles in 5 games off the bench. Didn't miss one until last week. And now JWH is back on the ground. Just their 3rd set in the second half for the Roosters. And the half started with that mistake by Melbourne and the Roosters on the attack. Extraordinary. Brandon Smith, Sam Walker, and Nat Butcher. And there's Garlick across there. Walker with an end over end kick, and Munster well taken. Danica, some breaking news.
Yes, I've just spoken to the NRL officials here at the ground, and they have told me that Nick Meaney has been classified as a Category 2. So that does mean he's a chance of returning. He's going to go through the testing over the next 15 minutes.
Thank you, Danica. Keep Billy dry. Olam now. And here's Trent Liero. And here's Harry Grant. So exciting. He's got everything, Harry. And then Munster with a little bit of a missed kick, but the result's okay. Taken by Polo on his own 20. And there's Garlick down there. Strikes me as being a real Craig Bellamy-style player, Bronson Garlick. Cam, and gets his hands dirty and does all the toil.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got a handful of those style of players in the Storm this season. You think of Josh King, you think of Trent Liero. Those style of players. Alec McDonald as well.
Tommy Manu's put one down, and he's a danger.
That's the difference defensively at time. Rimmer Smith saw the threat. He went flying in, and his winger followed him in. They all worked together. Look in the post game. Myself and Cameron are going to break down that right edge defensively for the Roosters. And Melbourne are exploiting that side of the field.
6 more. Christian Welsh. Up within 21 of the Roosters line. They've already scored 5 tries against 1. Is there another one in the offing here? Katoa. Oh, I think Radley got his head in the wrong spot there. And Katoa ran out of the tackle. He got the ball back to Grant. Dummies. Harry Grant with a one-hander. Now to Bronson Garlick. He throws a cutout ball to Coates. That's a forward pass. Now, I'm interested in Victor Radley here.
Come in the middle.
He copped a knock and stayed down momentarily.
He's got the hands on the head.
Shot clock's going, guys. Let's go. Good, mate. Let's go. Let's keep those rush tight here.
I think he just told the trainer to go away.
Oh.
He hits the hip.
Gee,
Big
not,
hip.
oh, not another head knock for Radley, gee.
Lock him in, Brandon. Lock him in, Trent. Let's go, Christian. Come on, guys. Fine.
Just on the Roosters, their feeder club North Sydney. They're getting some players back next week. I understand Billy Smith, the young outside back, is having a horrendous run with injury. He'll be back. Angus Crichton. It's great news for Angus. He'll be back. And Dylan Napa. So starting to get some players.
And Satili Tupanua.
Yes, they're getting some troops back.
That's on Saturday. They're playing for North Sydney.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys I mentioned, they're the following week.
Oh, right.
Good luck to all them coming back.
Oh, the cheese.
Uh-oh.
They've given him some feedback too, the Melbourne faithful.
That's a Swiss cheese, that one.
When you want it. When you want it. Let's go.
Oh, they can be cruel. 107 games for Melbourne and won the comp in 2020. The emotional roller coaster of Australia's greatest rivalry is back for 2023. See the best of the best come together and battle it out for Origin supremacy. Secure your seats today, NRL.com/tickets. Exams are picked in 6 weeks. Always comes along far quicker than you think. Here's the 33-year-old Tarek Sims in his 224th game tonight. Second most capped player out there, and he's 26 metres short. Now Welsh. He'll be there for Queensland. Fitness permitting. He was denied last year in such cruel circumstances. Katoa.
Been strong, Katoa. So he come through and he's at the Warriors. Looked like he's going to be anything.
Hughes, he's got players in motion, and Garlick, and through the hands to Munster joining in from fullback. Good tackle, Walker. Here's the last. There's Harry. It's off a Rooster boots.
You've trapped the ball. You've played it now.
It's been played at.
You've trapped it with your foot to play the ball.
There's nothing's going right.
I've ruled that he's played at it. Joe, no. Okay, where do you want it?
Scrum or play the
Play
ball?
the ball. Yeah. Where do you want it?
Tell your namesake, Cameron Smith, go. And you played with him at the start of the year.
Let's go, Harry.
Yeah, played in the Pro-Am at the Australian PGA, Royal Queensland. He's been fishing for the last 5. He's fishing 5 days a week or something.
Yeah.
Don't know.
So would I if I was getting paid 120.
It's the Masters, 5 a.m. tomorrow. All the action from round 1 on 9 Gem and 9 now.
Half his luck. Good fella, yeah.
Yeah, champion fella. Loves his footy too.
Broncos fan.
Happy the way they're going, man.
My word. So here's Grant on tackle 3, working. Oh, it's a bit of a dog's breakfast, and Hughes has got to succumb in the tackle. It's the last. Munster kicks towards the end goal. It's okay, says Ashley Klein.
Did he kick that off his knee? It's a strange kick.
He tried to kick it back on the angle, a little bit like Alfie Langer used to kick the ball. For those people that were lucky enough to see Alan Langer play.
Oh, Welsh on Butcher. Oh dear.
Oh, he's let down there, Kiri, by his outside man.
They're trying to inflict a bit of pain here now, Melbourne. They're happy with the scoreboard. It's time to cash in. Well, they're full of running in defence. They've had all the ball. What's the possession count now? 60-40. So we say it, and you made the point that it normally turns around. It's actually gone the other way.
Yeah. Nothing's gone their way, the Roosters, tonight.
There's Garlick. So Radley's okay, no independent doctor intervention there, which is a welcome relief given his history of head knocks. No one there for Grant to pass to, so he plays it to Katoa on tackle 4. And now King. Butcher waiting for him. Collins there too, up to the 40-metre line. Here's the last. Munster waiting to the left of the play the ball. And Jackson Polo, fairly simple kick retrieval for him. So Trent Robinson with some concerns, to say the very least. He's got a... There's Craig Bellamy. His 529th game as coach tonight. He's got a winning percentage of almost 70%, 69.5. And then the Trent Robinson, by comparison, 65%. But
I said
that's over the sideline.
Last set, Suolihi let down Keary last set. Keary got to the outside and created an overlap. That time there, Sam Walker, they created an overlap. Just watch Suolihi here. He was in front of Sam Walker. It was also a 6 again, so that's a play 0 error. The combinations, it's not gelling tonight. Billy?
Yeah, just a bit of scoreboard pressure there too, Joey. 26-8 on the scoreboard in these conditions. Just getting to the Roosters and the young halfback in Sam Walker, feeling like they've got to come up with points very soon. There's only 18.5 minutes to go in this one.
Warbrick now.
Munster. He's had a game and a half.
And no surprise either, Joey. Like when he was out with that finger injury, that was when the Storm really went through that bit of a lull. He's proving everyone why he's such an important part of this Melbourne Storm side.
Oh, Maria Hargreaves trying to exact a bit of revenge after Welsh put a shot off.
He signed for 5 years.
Yeah, he signed a long-term deal. Of course, a lot of conjecture earlier in the year whether he was going to re-sign with the Storm, but he stayed on.
On the subject of long-term deals, if you missed the news today, Nico Hines has extended his contract with Cronulla for 6 years today as Hughes got belted after he kicked there. Manu under pressure. Well taken, penalty.
That was Lindsay Collins.
I know, but what's happening there? He's in the air. He's gone into a vulnerable position. We've got to protect the kicker. There's a couple in the first half that were borderline, all right, and then in a vulnerable position there.
Well, Lindsay Collins, it's an effort play by a big man to come out and put pressure on the kicker.
Well, that's a slow-mo. That's a soft one.
You just, in the modern game, the mistiming of these efforts, you get yourself in trouble. I agree. There's not much in that, but they don't give you too much leeway these days.
Melbourne to take the shot at 26-8.
No, but we've got to protect the players of our game.
He's in the air. So Melbourne's second best left foot goal kicker ever lining this up.
Okay, concentrate, Munster, concentrate.
You got any advice? You got any advice for number 2, Cam?
Just keep your head down. Wouldn't surprise me if he hits the post here.
What's happening behind those
look at all of
eyes? What's happening behind those eyes?
That's why the entire team are up in line with him.
No.
Oh,
He's in a flush. Danica.
Yes, Nick Meaney has passed his head injury assessment. He's here on the bench. He's just been warming back up, so he'll be back into the action very shortly.
Thank you for that, Danica.
I'll ask you, Cameron. They lost the Bromwich brothers, Kafusi. Did you think there may have been a dip this year in the Storm?
Well, I did. I thought there was going to be a slight dip, Joey. Just surrounding the depth of their squad at the moment, particularly behind their key position players. And I'm talking about Cam Munster, Jerome Hughes, Harry Grant. Of course, starting the season without Ryan Papenhuyzen, still question marks over when his return will be. But some of these young players, they're starting to find their feet. They're starting to find combinations within this Storm squad. They've been super impressive across the last 2 weeks.
This has been clinical tonight, hasn't it? Grant scheming. Well tackled by Walker. And now Munster has topped the meter eater charts and he's taking hit-ups here. On tackle 5. Hughes is waiting for it. And here's Daniel Tupou. Hardly been spotted so far tonight. I suppose most of the attack from Melbourne has been in that other direction, which has been troublesome for the Roosters. 4 tries to overtake Anthony Minicello as the Roosters' greatest try scorer. And Daniel Tupou, he's got 8 tries in 19 games against the Storm, but very little chances tonight.
Since Sualihi does those hit-ups, you can see him really goes through his gears, accelerates into the line. Strong.
And that's where the Roosters have to capitalise on those strong carries through the middle. He actually dinted the line, poked his nose through. That's when they have to shift the ball like they are now.
There's a couple of players coming together, Munster and Manu. Hargreaves, Bradley pops it up for Keary, and Egan Butcher and Keary backing up. It's touched by Warbrick. Oh, Keary! That was a remarkable pickup in the conditions. 6 more tackles. Can the Roosters run one in here? They need to. Walker's dropped the ball. Oh, Collins with a shot on Garlic. Oh, that stung. Now JWH is trying to rip it away, but the held call came. 2 games tomorrow. Good Friday footy. If you've got some Easter eggs left, you can eat them tomorrow. So 3 p.m. we're on air for Canterbury versus South Sydney. That'll be a beauty.
Easter Bunny comes Sunday, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's chocolate everywhere, Joey. Hey? You're gonna wait till Sunday to crack open the Easter eggs, are you?
Yep. Sticking to the rules.
And then Cowboys Dolphins.
Well, that'll be a game. Cowboys just have to find form, especially with the Dolphins. A lot of players there.
Scott Drinkwater back.
Yeah. And that's Dylan Lukey again. He's looked great.
He's a player of the month.
A chance for Cody Nikorima. That Dolphins lineup. So a couple of big games coming your way. Oh, Butcher's dropped it. A double header for Good Friday.
Look at the reaction. Firstly a Vollum, but also Munster. Look at that. Look at the emotion showed by the Storm. Watch the error after the error. You can see what it means to the Storm. Justin Olam, watch his reaction. Physical. Gets right in there with his shoulder. Billy Slater spoke about it. The scoreboard pressure, looking to force the ball.
You know what? Their reaction when you think back to that very first second tackle. That was they forced a mistake and they came from everywhere. And we're 69 minutes into the game and the reaction and enthusiasm still the same.
Butcher. Yeah, Kamika Mitha, as he took this ball in, there was 3 defenders in there from the Roosters, and there was a head clashes galore. Kamika Mitha He stayed down also, being attended by the trainer. Oh, it's Victor first and then into Butcher.
If there's one Melon
Wow.
I wouldn't want to collide with.
Big Tui's.
We're right there, guys.
Well, he's got 2 there.
Well, Victor got hit, what, 5 minutes ago, maybe a bit longer.
Oh.
Although that's a double barrel. It bounced off
Dewey, you play
Victor
the
and
ball,
got into
mate.
Egan
Tackle
Butcher.
2.
He might take 2 out in one tackle.
Oh. He's happy. I'm good. I didn't feel it.
Oh, Lindsay Collins has been physical, hasn't he?
Yeah. Grant. Vic Kamakamitha. And they drive him back. Strong defence. Grant away to Hughes. Now Sam Walker's come miles up. And Harry Grant can dink it in. Geez, that's a good kick. Polo, he's got a turn. He's got Mooney in front of him. He's got Melbourne Storm players surrounding him. He's corralled in the end goal.
Great kick, Harry Grant. He's seen the space. That right-hand side, we've been talking about the Roosters' right-hand edge all night. They come up right off their try line. They're up about 10 metres. And that's just inviting the key players to kick in behind you. Great chase, though, Nick Meaney.
Short drop out, a fraction too long, and Nick Meaney takes it uncontested. Inside the final 10. Bronson Garlick. Grant sends it for Jerome Hughes and Munster. Here comes Olam. Good tackle. Walker and Hutchison there. He came from a long way back there, Justin Olam. Now Munster. And away to Garlick. Tries to get in between them and almost succeeds. He's dragged down by Keary. And Smith to secure the tackle. Now Grant. Oh, the 2 nines come together. Harry goes himself, though. He bounced off the cheese.
He knows the call.
He picked it.
He heard the call.
Oh, well taken. Bounced up for for Walker off the kick by Hughes. Now Hutchison. And an offload to Hughes. And back to Manu. So what do they got coming up? These respective teams. Look, big game next week. We talk about it every time. It's Manly and Melbourne, the old Battle of Brookvale. What a good match that's going to be. Always is. Plenty of feeling there. And then the assignment for the Roosters does not get any easier. They play the Sharks down in the Shire. There's a bit of room here for Walker to move. But the space is secured by Liero. Ball to Keary. No look pass. Swaliti. Good tackle by Remus Smith. And that's the 5th and last.
You go back to that previous tackle, and Walker had the ball. There was a gaping hole to his outside on his right-hand side, but it just shows the amount of energy that the Roosters have used up defensively tonight. They just could not get moving. As you see the live ladder, Broncos still on top. Melbourne moving into second place after tonight's game. The Warriors in third. How good have the Warriors been this year?
Super. What about their win on Sunday down in Cronulla? Incredible.
Build your season on that and wins like that. Winning the close games. Winning the close games away from home.
Well, they've got a tough assignment. They're never easy going up to Newcastle, but they're there on Sunday evening.
Well, let's hope they're flat, the Warriors, this week.
Yeah. Well, there's a risk of that, isn't there? After an emotional and exertion like that on Sunday, gone, there's a risk.
I think they'll be up for it. Listening to Sean Johnson post-game, he was excited.
That was a great interview, wasn't it? Really good.
And then Sunday footy for us, Cam, you're part of the team on the Gold Coast. Now, as Swaliti gives it away, here's Tupou. This could be an absolute point shootout if the conditions are appropriate. Gold Coast Titans, St George Illawarra Dragons.
Yeah, I think the weekend on the Gold Coast is meant to be sunshine and warm.
Beautiful.
So it'll be a fast track up there.
28 degrees and fine, Gold Coast on Sunday.
Lovely.
The Battle of Brookvale, when it all broke loose.
Yeah.
Did you play that night?
I was there.
Where were you when the stink, when it erupted?
I think I was having a conversation with Matt Bellin.
We're too smart for this, Matt. You just stay with me. Do you think the rivalry's still there between the Storm and Manly?
Oh, I think it's dwindled a little bit over the years, Joey.
Let's go.
It was 15 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. That was at the height of both sides, whether playing in grand finals against each other. They were a very good side, Manly, through those years.
Will it be spoke about, do you think, leading into it?
Oh, it's always brought up as we see Harry Grant. He gets an early mark from the coach.
He's had a game and a half, Harry.
Yeah, I think it might get raised early in the week, possibly.
Sure, they show the vision. Trot it out for the video review.
Yeah, it may get snuck out, Tommy. It may get snuck out at some stage.
And Craig Bellamy, remember it? Now, this has been very good for Melbourne. The Roosters, with the exception of the first 5 minutes, they really haven't been in the game. The first 10 minutes, maybe, they did score the first try of the match, and since then it's been Melbourne running downhill.
Now, with that man back in the football side as well, he's made a huge difference coming back from that finger injury, but they've just played extremely patient with the football. They haven't tried to overplay their hand, although at times been expansive. They've made good decisions throughout this entire match. They've kicked well, at times kicked early as well to turn the opposition team around, but they're playing high percentage football.
Of course, the Roosters have faced Cronulla off the back of a bye. Sharks with their feet up this weekend. Gee, they'll be smarting after what happened on Sunday. That will be a game. So Radley and Sam Walker.
They're on tilt at the moment, the Roosters.
Well, the rain must have eased a little because the Seagulls are back.
There's the Roosters' next 5. The Sharks, Dragons, Warriors, Cowboys, Panthers, all challenging matches.
The Warriors away. That is a task this year.
Where does this leave, Joey? Where does this leave the Roosters? Maybe even talk about the Storm. A lot of people talking about the Roosters, 3 consecutive wins leading into this match and talking possible premiership contenders.
Well, they're my pick. If they're fully fit towards the end of the year, I think they're going to be incredibly difficult to beat. Obviously got some troops out tonight. Manu going back to fullback. That's really affected their right edge. I think Melbourne's really surprised me. I thought they'd make the 8 Melbourne this year, but with the players who have gone to the Dolphins' experience in the pack, I didn't think they could be a top 4 team. But what they're showing early in the year, their win last week against South Sydney, it was vintage Storm. It was tough, gritty. It was their DNA of when you were playing, Cameron. And they've backed it up tonight. In these conditions, to score 28 points, it's been some effort. They've still got Pappenhausen and Big Nelson to come back.
Swali, gee, that was good work in heavy ground for him to change direction like that at speed. And that takes some doing, but it was the last tackle, and he's been wrapped up. There's Pappy.
When do you think he'll be back? Have you got any idea?
No.
After Origin, do you think?
Joey, I haven't heard a lot about Paps and where he's at the moment. I think he actually just started running on the turf.
Wow.
Not so long ago. There's Big Nelson. He knows he's on the big screen. I think he's the man that can make a huge difference to their season when he returns from injury. I think you'll see a lot more of Harry Grant out of dummy half, following the quick play the balls from Big Nelson.
So live in the sheds after this, the knockoff, thanks to Kia. And we're going to have a look at the double header. Who were our experts tipping tomorrow? Canterbury obviously vastly undermanned. They've had a barrage of injuries, but gee, it's been impossible not to admire what they've done so far. I mean, you've got someone like Matt Burton in your team who can turn on the magic. Who says they can't cause the upset? Ball out the back here, and Xavier Coates traps it. He's got 3 for the night. Now to Olimore, he kicks. That one didn't quite work. I think they're happy for a hot shower at this stage. The Souths have got to start winning, don't they?
Yep. The big crowd's always great out there. Good Friday.
Who's bringing the Easter eggs?
Been under a bit of criticism this week. Latrell Mitchell, I'm sure he'll come out and have a huge game. Playing his 150th game, NRL game.
Here's a ball to Butcher. Oh, Hutchison dropped it. Well, that sums up their night, doesn't it?
Understand today they had a jumper presentation. His brother Shaq presented the jersey to Latrell. It was very emotional. So that might inspire the Bunnies.
So the Storm have done this very nicely to kickstart round 6 of the Premiership. They had a dominant record over the Roosters coming in with victories in 5 of the last 6 games between them. And this has been a most professional effort in very trying conditions, and a 3rd consecutive win now. Tigers, Souths, and now the Roosters. Full time, Melbourne 28, Roosters 8.